or be destroyed. Yeah. Sleep? What's that? Really good cancellation policy, and it protects the dog sitters. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Gigi and I talk about how to run a successful dog business, mostly powered through Rover. And I will be talking with my little french fry today. This is my mic. I feel like it's a little awkward talking to the camera sometimes without holding anything. I have like 5 of these. She may or may not stay for the rest of the video. If you're on the fence about being a dog sitter or a full-time business owner, I'm gonna break down 5 realities of being a dog sitter slash business owner. There's gonna be the good, the bad, the downright frustrating, but I'm gonna break it down and tell you the realities of them. After each one, I'm going to share some personal silver linings to help you guys draw some boundaries and also help you cope with the realities of being a dog sitter. The theme of this video is to watch out for trends. The sooner you get a grasp of the trends, the easier it will be to be mentally ready for them. So let's get into it. One of the biggest and first things you have to accept as a Rover sitter is that your schedule is not your own. Clients will reach out and book based on the travel plans. Whether it's work schedule, personal travel, last minute needs, emergencies, you name it. Which means you need flexible availability to match with their schedule for steady income. A trend I notice is that requests come in usually on a Monday or a Friday. I think there's a reason for that, and that's because on Mondays, people come into work after a weekend and they talk about their travel plans with their family. They put in a vacation request with their work and then they hear back right away. So they book people usually around their lunchtime, or they book on a Friday because after getting their vacation approved by their work, they usually go online to find a sitter. This may not be 100% accurate, obviously, but hopefully it helps with administrative duties, and I'll get into that later. So the ugly of this reality of not having your schedule your own is that say goodbye to spontaneous trips and weekend getaways, or even sleeping in because drop-offs can happen really early in the morning, pickups as well. You just never know. Like for instance, today I had someone dropping off their dog at 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, I'm not even up yet. I tried to go back to sleep before I fed breakfast. I was so sleepy because I slept way too late last night. I mean, the good of it is that you work from home, so you just have your phone with you or your laptop and you just talk to them over the phone to schedule the next booking. A tip I have for you guys is to set your availability on your phone, not your Rover calendar availability, but your phone alerts so that you do not get woken up before 6 a.m. If that's something you want to work with because people book last minute anyway and you want to be the first one to respond, go for it, do whatever you want to do. But for me, I have a pretty steady flow of clients and I'd rather not be woken up at 6 a.m. in the morning by an owner frantically looking for someone last minute. So I will miss a request, but someone else can grab them. Number 2 is income. Cancellations will happen, and they happen a lot more frequently than one might think. Sorry, I had to cancel last minute. Happens way more often than we would like, but honestly it's not a big deal because last minute bookings always come in as well. As soon as there's a cancellation, a new booking might come in for a last minute request. So you might lose some, you might win some, but you know, it's okay. That's the reality of being a business owner. So that's a harsh truth. People will cancel last minute and it can affect your income. Some owners can be super respectful and give you a heads up and say sorry, but some may not. And that's dependent on you and how desperate you want to be to accept them in the future, because they might cancel on you again, or they might be rude again. They might cancel a week before, which is good because a week is plenty of time to plan for your future weeks. They might cancel the night before, they may cancel hours before. This has happened to me before. I rushed home from the grocery store waiting for them to come, only to open my phone. Sorry, I found a family member who can watch my dog for me. I have to cancel. At least they say sorry, but yeah, it kind of sucks when you rush home for them and then nothing happens. The ugly truth is that if someone cancels, you lose that booking, and sometimes it's too late to be filled with someone else. The good is that Rover has a really good cancellation policy and it protects the dog sitters. So you can set it to 1 day, 3 days, or I think up to a week before the cancellation. So if they cancel after the week, then 50% of the income goes to you. If you set it to 3 days and they have 3 days to cancel, if they're past the 3-day mark, then they have to pay 50% of that. And there's also the 24-hour cancellation notice. The 24-hour notice is the most harsh to pet owners, but it protects the sitter the most. Pick the one that works the best for you, but just know that you may or may not get bookings based on your cancellation policy that you set. And sometimes a cancellation from that one dog can be a silver lining. That one dog can give you a breather from what could have been a really frantic weekend. Maybe that was a really rough dog, who knows? My tip would be to put a strict cancellation policy on your profile to protect you and your income. Don't be afraid to enforce it. It should have been on the radar when they booked you, and you can even remind them after booking you to tell them, hey, this is my cancellation policy, so they're fully aware. This way they can't say, hey, you didn't tell me, or I didn't know that. It's just extra layer of communication that only helps you in the future. Number 3 is that your house is no longer yours and it will get dirty or be destroyed. I'll show you some examples that happened in my home. Some got patched up already, so I'm not going to be able to show you those, but I actually have one right here. So I have this picture of my husband and I, canvas, but look what's behind it. Yeah, a dog did that because they heard the owner's car drive up on the driveway and they're super excited. It looks pretty bad from the outside, but I try to cover it up from the inside because it's just really sad to look at. When you open up your home, it's no longer your home, it's a full-time doggy hotel. Some dogs settle in easily, some shed everywhere, some destroy things. Exhibit A, I'll show you some more in the clips to follow. So the ugly is to get ready for poop, chewed up shoes, destroy furniture, endless vacuuming. I cannot tell you how many times we vacuum in a day. And I feel like I'm always mopping. But that's okay. I mean, in any workplace, you clean up after yourself every day. People come in and clean the workplace just like that. You clean your home every day. Having a clean house will make you feel good about it anyways. I suggest investing in some good cleaning supplies. My favorite is this O-Cedar mop. I know it's a very popular one amongst just businesses in general. I love that this is an old-fashioned mop, perfect for me. I'm born in the 90s, but with a modern way of wringing it out. Instead of using your hands and wringing it out like this, you just step on the bucket and it spins it for you. You can also set boundaries for yourself. So on the app, you can write that you only take dogs who are not allowed on the furniture. There's no filter for this one, but you can also ask people, hey, is your dog crate trained? So the dog will be used to sleeping in a crate or eating a crate, which will create less dog mess for you to clean up at the end of the day. Number 4 is being an owner of a business is just way more work than one might think. A lot of people love the idea of being their own boss, but that means you're fully responsible for the success and the failure of your livelihood, which can be a harsh reality for some people. You may be good at dreaming something up, but you're bad at executing things. You may have a good plan, but you don't know what to do with it. With Rover, you handle everything. It means scheduling, administrative duties, marketing, the work itself, cleaning up, customer service, finance, being your own contractor for the home. It's a lot of stuff that people don't know about. These are things I tell my friends and family sometimes, but be prepared that they may not sympathize with you because without them walking in your shoes, it's really hard for them to imagine what it's like to be in charge of everything by yourself. The good, honestly, the only thing I think about is that you're your own boss and no one can tell you what to do. But the ugly, that's easy. It's the obvious. You are the accountant, the marketer, the customer service rep, the custodian, all the above. It's pretty much a one-man show until you have employees. My pro tip is to be really organized and treat it like a business because it is. Think back to when you worked a 9 to 5. You aren't just a mindless robot doing mindless tasks without any structure in your day, right? There are expectations on your time. There's a dedicated lunch hour, break time enforced by the law. There's also time you put into emails, meetings, projects, what have you. There is a lot of structure in your day, more than you realize. Even though you don't have clear end to your day as a Rover sitter, there are still hours in your day to dedicate to administrative duties, such as scheduling the calendar or scheduling your cleaning, customer service time, setting photos and updates. There are a lot of things that you need to do outside of just spending time with dogs and caring for them. With that being said, you might want to schedule in some breaks for you as well. So when the dogs are having lunch, maybe you can have your lunch, watch a show, decompress. Maybe that's your time to shower if you're really busy in the afternoon. Number 5 is to say goodbye to consistent sleep. Sleep? What's that? I'm drinking coffee at 9 p.m. because the dog is leaving at 1 a.m. So I'm trying to stay awake right now by drinking some coffee. When dogs are in your home, sleep schedule is at their mercy. Some dogs bark all throughout the night. A pro tip is to ask the owner what the doggy's routine is before bedtime. What do they need to wind down? Is it the little treat they get at night? Is it the dental chews at night? Maybe it's a cuddle session. Maybe it's brushing their teeth. What is the nighttime routine for this particular pup? We have built a custom doggy room with insulated walls because whenever the neighbor's dog bark, our dogs bark. Whenever the birds are chirping or the mailman is here, the dogs are barking. So whenever they're sleeping, we have a dedicated room for them to sleep in and is insulated. Spare the neighbors as much as you can. I also try to thank my neighbors every time I see them, and I apologize for random cars showing up. I apologize for random barking in the house at all hours of the day, and they're really nice about it. And there you have it, my 5 realities of being a dog sitter. It's an amazing gig, don't get me wrong, but it's not for everybody. It's not all snuggles and belly rubs. It's a dirty house, sometimes messed up furniture, no schedule to call your own, sleepless nights, you name it. Not to mention the stress that you get when you don't have consistent income or when you're not sure how to get new clients. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It really helps me more than you think. And subscribe for more behind the scene pet sitting content like these. Drop a comment if you're a Rover sitter yourself. I want to hear your wildest stories. If you want a part 2, let me know in the comments below. I have plenty of stories to share. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!